You're with Mark and Diane from Real Estate News and Views, and we are going to talk about power of sales today, Mark, because they're on the rise. We've seen them, eh?
Yes, we've seen them and we're going to go through different ranges too, where and there's a real big mix of price points and a big mix of properties, anywhere from land, townhomes, commercial stuff. Like we've seen it all. Um, I'm surprised and I'm not surprised as we look back previous years, they were never around. Now, as economic times and uncertainty has changed, higher rates, a lot of financial pressures, it's changed the landscape. So I think we're going to continue to see them. Will we see, like every comment I get on my channel is, oh, the market needs to go down 40% and everyone's going to go bankrupt almost. It's still a small percent,
Yes.
like 2% when I did the numbers. Like that's pretty good when 98% of it's fine. So
Well, Mark, you and I have been doing this over 15 years now, and when I started, there was lots.
there was lots. Yep.
There was lots. Like when it stopped, really, and it started curtailing was when they did the stress test in 2017. You saw it peter out because the interest rate stayed kind of level and everybody was getting approved for 2% higher.
Yeah, but I remember doing a ton in 2012 and 13.
That's what I'm saying. But the
Ton.
rate that stress test thing changed in 2017.
And a lot of lending requirements change things, right? So,
That's the thing.
and yeah, it has. And do I think we need that tight lending criteria today? No, but I think there's other measures that we could put in place to help get more people into homes. And again, we know when we look at where the rates were back in the heyday of 2020 and 2021, they were rock bottom. So affordability opened up for a lot of people. That changed. It's
That's
been
what I mean. It's
years.
outside factors that are doing this, right? It's the market and the outside factors. Like all of a sudden COVID hit and everything even went it went crazy.
100%. 100% it did, right? So like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel for more information in the Barrie and Simcoe real estate market. And we have two links at the top of our descriptions, one for home valuation and the second for buyers to get a custom list of homes delivered to your mailbox every day.
So perfect. So I was looking and to see, like, I've seen all these things happening and I'm like, is it really happening or is it just seem like there's more? But I looked into it and yes, power sale listings have significantly increased, particularly in Ontario. And the factors contributing includes rising rates. So the increased volume, real estate lawyers in Ontario are reporting a noticeable increase in number of power sale proceedings.
Mhm.
The economic factors they're saying is the rising interest rates, inflation, market corrections are putting pressure on or homeowners. So the correction from like the 2022 craziness, making it harder to meet the mortgage payment and
Yeah,
over leveraged buyers. So some homeowners who purchased during the pandemic when interest rates were low are now facing higher borrowing costs and struggling to afford the mortgage.
100%. Yeah,
So what they're saying is the power sale listings have more than doubled as mortgage lenders repossess properties from over leveraged buyers. I'm going to grab Gracie something. Talk about who the most of the mortgage holders are, Mark.
well, power sale listings have more than doubled this mortgage. That's to me, that's we're not seeing the number is still small. So I hate to use that word has more than doubled. Yes, we've seen an increase in them and how we found all these properties. We went through every listing in Barrie from every price range to get that a true picture of what it is. It's still less than 2%.
Right.
It,
But what they're saying is if there was one 2 or 3 years ago, there's two now. The number
yeah,
themselves
for
of
sure.
them has doubled.
Yes.
But the other thing is, um, that we found nearly every single one, except I think two, were private lenders. They weren't banks.
Yeah, there's only a couple that were out of that list of 22 that were. And you know, are they second mortgages? Yeah, probably most of them. Are
Yeah.
there over-leveraged buyers? Yeah, probably most of them. Are there lenders that private lenders have taken on a position in the house? Um, maybe 80% loan to value, maybe 75, for sure. And they were made good money at a time. And then it's inevitable for to see that, that end user make high payments of 5,500. I've seen it. I've seen it with past clients where they were in shit products. And this wasn't a second mortgage, this was a first. And it was like 6,000 a month. How are you doing it? That's a
Well,
big nut to crack.
it's huge. And you know another thing I found? How many people during COVID refinanced? We're going to get a pool
Oh, there's a
because
lot.
the values of the houses went up so high.
Sure.
Everybody was pulling out money. I remember in my neighborhood, I remember walking around with the dog and, oh, this guy's putting in a pool. Oh, this guy's doing a fence. Oh, this guy's, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Like, you never saw that much action. And then during COVID, everything went crazy because man, my house is worth a million bucks now,
Yep.
and I only owe four, so I can take out a couple hundred grand.
Yep. Now that house is worth 850,
That's the
maybe.
that's the problem,
So,
right?
you know,
That's
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 tough.
the exact problem.
And that person that did that's now paying double the mortgage payments. They've doubled
Exactly.
more. So pretty tough. I mean, it's always fun when you're doing it until you got to start.
So, and the problem is power. So it says the impact on the homeowner. It negatively impacts your credit score, and it's going to make it very difficult to get future loans. Like you won't get another mortgage probably for the rest of your life. You
Probably not.
could, you could, but it takes years and years.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, while power sale listings can present challenges for sellers, they can also offer opportunities for buyers at potentially lower prices. This is not necessarily true.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And I'll explain to people I've done power sales for TD and CIBC. They have to get fair market value or they could get sued.
100%.
I remember one in Aurelia, I told them I would list it at 199. I gave them comparables. When you do a bank power of sale, like you have to do all this paperwork for them, send them comparables, you have to do all this stuff. So I do it all. I say 199, right? It was
Yep.
years ago. They list at 250.
Yep. Because they got an appraisal. The appraisal,
No, well, no, because they have to prove they got market value. So what they do is in 30 days they reassess and they drop it. So they've proved to the seller and to a court if it ever went there that they tried to get more money. They don't care if it sits there for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. Every 30 days we were doing a price reduction till we got to 199 and we sold it at 185.
the ones that I've done for CIBC and TD and RBC, they've gotten also a license appraisal to do the appraisal as well.
They
So
might have. I don't know if they did and they just didn't tell me.
it's all in the documentation that I receive.
Oh no, I didn't get that.
They're going to go with a licensed appraiser over us because they're specialized in that field. We're not so much, right? So that would hold up better in court than versus your opinion and my opinion of value.
Oh yeah, but it's the only time they have to prove it in court is if they sell very, very low and the buyer and the seller, because the owner can sue them.
100%. So
Because whatever's left over after the mortgage is paid, the seller gets back.
yeah, and let's talk about that. So a lot of times when people are in these financial troubles like this, it's not the mortgage arrears that kills them, it's the legal fees that kills them,
Oh, 40 grand.
right? It just they keep on
Interest, arrears, and legal fees are 50, 60 grand on top.
massive. And that property owner pays for it all,
Yeah.
right? Pays for the property management, pays for people to come and check on the property. They cover it all. So that any equity in there, 9 times out of 10 gets evaporated,
Unless you have a lot.
unless you have a lot, right? And usually if you had a lot, you'd probably find some lender to pick it up.
Or
But
you would have sold it
right,
before you got to that point.
right. And people today, again, we're going to see more of them. So for this viewer that's watching now and maybe in that position, don't wait.
Okay, so that's the last thing here, Mark. Early intervention is key.
It's very key.
For homeowners facing potential power sales, seeking legal advice, communicating with their lender early on is crucial.
It is. It's the number one thing, right? Get in contact with an agent, see what the market is, because the market's tough out there right now with the amount of listings. Go through, show the listings what's going on, where they are for June, because that's the most updated data.
What do you mean?
Thousands, there's 1,070 listings in Barrie.
Yes.
So if you got a phone call today saying, "Hey, I'm in trouble. Can you come over and see my house?" And I'm just going to make this up, and it's worth 700 grand. Holy cow! You're fighting with a lot of other properties that are listed 700 grand. My past experience with these type of properties is that the homeowners let them go. They're not in good shape, right?
No,
Sometimes,
because the problem is like between 7 and 800, there's 199 listings.
yeah.
The
So keep
problem
that.
is that normally when they don't have the money to pay the mortgage, they're not doing the roof, they're not fixing the property. And a lot of times, once they realize that it's going down and they're going down, they don't give a shit. They wreck it on purpose almost.
Yeah, they there's no the caring stops. The caring's out the window.
Yeah.
Right. So go through the price ranges and show us where that is.
So between 5 and 700, there's 11 power sales, 212 actives. So it's 5% of the listings.
Okay. It's 2% for the next one.
So between 7 and 9, we have 6 power sales, 300 active. So that's 2% of the listings.
The other one's 2.4, so call it 2.5, whatever. The numbers are still small, but I think we'll keep an eye on these because I'm from doing the exercise of going through all the listings at Barry. Yeah, it might have taken us an hour and a half, whatever. But it was a good exercise because we're seeing a lot of comments come in on the channel that everybody's in trouble, everybody's got to sell, the market's going down 60%. Get out now, never buy real estate, never do this. It's not the reality. It's not the truth behind the numbers that we're seeing. Yes,
No.
the shit. I'm not gonna. It is. It's crap, but
Yes.
it's we're seeing a shift in the last couple of weeks where we're seeing more price changes coming available. We're seeing more sellers going, you know what? I finally accepted this market for what it is today.
Yes.
I'm a serious seller. I'm done trying to get X amount of dollars. Now I need to list it so it stands out from all the pile underneath so I can be the next sale in that price range category.
Yes.
We're
And
seeing it.
and not only that, like I was shocked on the ones that I went through. Only one was a bank mortgage.
Yeah.
All the other ones were a
Yeah.
private lender, which would have been a second or third mortgage probably.
Or a first two. I've seen them in first positions too. Astronomical rates, astronomical fees.
Yeah.
Seen it. Seen it with past client a couple of years ago. It's like, what? Your mortgage payments. What? Oh, now I know why you're selling. You can't afford the mortgage. Just
Well, you know what else, Mark? I pulled a couple of the title on a couple of them to see what was owed, and both of them actually there was a lot of equity still in it,
yeah.
but there was two or three mortgages on them.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
So like people already tried the refi, they already tried to get out of trouble. They got an extra 20, 30 grand to try to get them out of trouble. So they knew they were in trouble because they kept trying to get private money and other mortgages to bail them out.
That didn't work
But
out.
well, no, but the thing that I don't understand, some of them, there was over $200,000 still there.
Yeah. If you don't act on that, that 200 grand you is going to evaporate very quickly.
Yeah, like why on earth? No, no, like the mortgage was only 240
Right.
and the
Mortgage
house is listed
profit.
at six something.
It's
Like
good.
why the hell? Why didn't you
Get it
just sell
listed.
the house?
Right. A lot of people don't. It's hard, right? Because of those pressures. They don't know what to do, how to handle it. there's a lot of emotions going on. Where am I going to live? Maybe they lost their job. There's just too much going on. And then when it's too late, it's when they call you or when they call an agent. I've got many calls like that over the years, right?
So have I.
Key is to get ahead of it now. Protect that any equity that's in there now. You'll sell. You may need to, sharpen the pencil on the list price depending on how the property shows, but you will sell.
Well, Mark, you're better off doing that than losing 100 grand to the bank.
I agree. Don't go down that road. They're going to get creamed.
I know, I've seen it. So I listed one time, and she had already got notice that they were going to do a power of sale. They were going to take possession of the house. I put it on the market. I sold it within a week for, it was an end unit townhouse. This is like 15, 14 years ago. And I got 285.
Yeah.
Okay. We send this deal over to the, and it was a 30-day close. We send this deal over to the bank's lawyer. What happens is the bank now gives the whole file to a lawyer. The bank does not look at this. I even called the vice president of TD, okay? Because the lawyer would not accept the deal. He wouldn't take it. They
Should,
ended up, listen, they ended up, I get a call from the neighbor a week later. The sheriff's here putting on locks. Her animals are inside. I
yeah,
go there because she's at work in Toronto. I'm fighting with this guy. You can't put these locks on.
right.
Her animals are in there.
Yeah.
All of her stuff's not out, right? They don't tell you when they're coming to put the lock. They didn't tell her. So I call her, I call the property management company. They agree to wait to put the lock on because, like, her animals are in there. There's a cat, there's a flippin', what are those lizard things? Whatever. They end up listing it 3 or 4 weeks later with an agent from Toronto, from Royal LePage. I guess this company, this lawyer uses this agent from Toronto. They listed 279. They got 265.
But gotta keep in mind now, all the sharks and scumbags come out of the woodwork when you're in financial trouble. They all come out. So that lawyer was looking after their best interests,
Yes, because he
not
wouldn't get paid
correct.
if he accepted my deal.
Correct. So he wants the fees are all involved in the whole process,
Hmm.
right? Normal thing. Shame on that lawyer for doing something like that and adding more financial pressure and stress on people. Shame
Well,
on.
well, my lady, when I sold it, she would have had $8,000 left. Well, she was 25,000 negative.
100%.
Like
100%.
I had a deal worth way more money, and I'm like, and I'm fighting. Like, why wouldn't you take this?
No.
And she was trying to make her mortgage payments, and because it had been 3 months and they had already sent the letter, they were rejecting the payments.
There's a certain part when it's usually you have still up to and I find it hard to believe because that seller, even if it's under power sale, they could still say, hey, I won the lottery. I've got a
Oh
loan,
no, she
whatever.
could have paid the whole balance,
Yeah, she could have.
but she didn't have the balance. She was just trying to make her $1,100 payment.
Right.
And they told her it's already in receivership.
Yeah.
Put it back in, they put it back in her account.
Yeah.
Because once the process is started, honey, it's over. Unless you have the whole balance.
Yes and no, because I bought one like that back in 2013 or 14. It was in Elmvale. We got a call from a girl. I'm losing my house. We go up there, a bomb. I don't know. I think it was with TD. So we sent the offer into TD. TD sent it back going, we don't have writ of possession yet. Deal with the seller directly.
Oh, good. They didn't have it then.
Okay. It takes time for them to get full writ of
Yeah.
possession property, right? And it goes in stages, right? With the legal
Yeah.
team, the lender, getting all these applications done, but whatever, through the courts, it takes some time. So we dealt directly with the seller and we got it done. And Had no problems.
Yeah. No, I guess mine, the writ of possession was already there, obviously.
It was already, it's too much time. And that's normally what happens. Oh, the sheriff's coming next week. Can you help me? No, no,
No,
not that
that's
no.
the problem. By then it's forget it.
Get some good advice if you're in these positions today. It's really important that they get advice, right? And what I say when I say get advice, maybe call a lawyer. Don't call a real estate agent who you don't know before and say, I'm going tits up here. Can you give me some advice? No. Have them come in and go, hey, what's the value of my home? These people know what that positions they're in financially,
You
right?
know what else, Mark? Do you know how many real estate agents I've talked to, even mortgage brokers, that do not understand how this process works?
Oh, there's lots. There's lots that don't,
It
right?
shocks me.
Well,
Well, and the reason probably is that in the last 10 years they've been petering off. There isn't a lot, right? But when me and you started, there was a lot.
there's a lot, but take your time in getting the right advice. Start early. If there's ways to save your house, great. A
Yeah, it's
proper
usually after three missed mortgage payments that they're going to start. It's stuff's going to really start
months,
happening.
months of this process before you're 5, 6 months. So 3 payments, yes, but don't go past 3 payments before you're getting advice, right?
That's it.
You need to start getting the advice early on to help make better and to make informed decisions, better decisions.
Hmm.
That's the key. Because right once when Gowlings gets involved and the letters start coming from them, the cash register's going.
Well, and your credit is screwed.
Never
So
ends.
like if somebody had decent, decent credit and now, okay, I can't make my mortgage payment this month, and then next month I'm already okay, I'm not going to be able to do this. If there's equity in your house, sell it because
So
well, your credit, you still might be able to rebuy. If you have like the ones I checked,
maybe.
Mark, there's 300 grand there in
Mhm.
both of the ones I checked. So there would have been money there if you hadn't have let it go to hell.
Mhm. People don't know. People don't know where to turn to. It's it's very stressful being in bad financial shape.
No, I know.
Oh, you're not thinking clearly. It's just the stress is enormous. So I get it. It just encourage people to get ahead of it because it doesn't get better. It only gets worse the longer that I mean, once the lender takes it over, and the property manager's there, and a lot of times Gallings is the one representing quite a few that I've done. It's game over. It's game over, especially if an appraisal comes in whacked out and they price it too high. Then it's going to sit and sit and sit. You're paying the bill. There's fees consistently being racked on the balance.
You know what else, Mark? I've had so many people say, "Well, I'm going to just rent."
What do you
I
mean?
had a call the other day about that, and the guy said, "Yeah, I'm in trouble here, blah blah blah." I said, "Well, the sooner you get it listed, the better." I said because like don't let it go too far.
Right.
He has some equity in there. Same
Then
thing.
he needs to sell.
And I said, I said, if you let it get to that point, you're not going to be able to rent because your credit score is going to be too low.
It's tough to
I can't, I was trying with those people who had credit over 750. One was 740 or something. The other was 755, and I couldn't get them nothing because they never rented before. And because like I had all these problems, like you have really bad credit. You're not renting anything. So you better really take a look at what the heck you're doing. Like you got to try to get ahead of it before it gets that bad.
100%. Right. And landlords are just not looking at credit score. And you shouldn't just look at credit score and base everything off a great credit score. You just can't do that today. It
Oh,
has
but
to
if it's bad, you're totally done.
You totally don't even apply because you're not getting it,
Yeah.
especially if you have representation, whether it's a real estate agent, whether it's property man. Don't even try. You'll have to go to the people, the uneducated landlord, and there's gazillions out there that will do any due diligence or don't know how to do it, right? But most people today have gotten smarter being landlords because they've been fucked so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I lost this. And I was one of them. When I was a new landlord years and years and years ago, I got screwed good.
I
I don't.
did too.
We all go through it, right? We all go through it. Let's just be honest. We all go through it. So the landlords say are getting more uh,
Savvy and smart.
right. They are, and with the amount of information on social media just flows out. You can get anything today and what to do. You can get resources on your phone within 20 minutes of, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, there's this form. There's that. It's crazy. So, people in those situations get ahead of the ball game because it only gets worse. And so you can imagine if someone's in a home, oh, go find me a rental. Sorry, I can't because your credit's done. I can't help you.
I had one of those. Remember, I told you not long ago. Well,
Yeah,
we're going to sell and rent. And then they told me the credit scores, and I'm like, man, I can't help you.
can't help
Like,
you.
no,
Uh-uh. It's tough. So,
especially if they're really bad.
right. And when I had my properties, like I learned from that mistake I made, I didn't put a lot on credit score. I put a lot on speaking to the person where they lived and verifying that and seeing what type of tenant they are. I never got,
I've had two great tenants that had shit tenant uh scores.
yeah, that's
And
right.
one of them, well, she's still there and I sold the property, but she was there 6 years with me. And she used to thank me and be so great and do the lawns and do everything because I took a chance on her and when nobody would.
Right.
And she was never late once in all those years.
Right. So there's some good renters out there.
There is,
There's a lot of bad ones, but there are some good ones.
there are.
Yeah, I think we've wrapped up the power sale thing. I think someone's got questions on it, reach out to us. We can help out with that. But just get ahead of the game. Don't let it fester there. Deal with
No,
it.
yes.
See ya.
See ya.